What's up, everybody, and welcome on back to another episode of the My Side of Things podcast. This is now episode 9. I'm your host, as always, Ash. We got a whole lot of things to get into today, including talking about some Monday Night Raw, because wait, did things get real good this past Monday Night Raw. We also got to talk about Mandy Rose's comments on her WWE Erasure, while also talking about some AEW stuff as well, including AEW Dynasty Predictions, along with what are the other 4 remaining matches going to possibly be. Also talking about who could be that 4th member of the Hurt Syndicate. There's a few names out there, and there's a new name that's been reported. And we also got to talk about Mercedes Moné potentially getting a faction within AEW. But let's first go ahead and start off with that WWE Monday Night Raw recap. It feels really weird to say WWE Monday Night Raw, like AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, but saying Monday Night Raw just feels so weird. I don't know why, but oh boy, man. Oh boy, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive indeed. I am so glad that this Cody Rhodes John Cena promo went the way that I thought it was going to go, because there's so many people out there that said Cody's being protected. Cody's going to get buried on the mic. Watch what happens. And what the heck freaking happened? Cody Rhodes done told all y'all, go watch Ring of Honor, go watch TNA, go watch New Japan, go watch AEW, because clearly you never see me on the mic. That boy showed the heck out, went bar for bar with Cena. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I had to write a lot of this stuff down just to make sure I got everything, man. These boys was going crazy. This might be one of the best back and forth from a really just like in WWE period, but definitely within John Cena's just whole back and forth career, because there have been a few times now, with CM Punk. He's had a few with Randy as well, with Roman as of recent. And then there's also been like The Rock and stuff like that. But this one right here, this one was amazing, man. John Cena comes out. He's about to start talking on the mic. Cody's like, I'm going to go ahead and get myself out, because I know John Cena's going to go out there talking about the fans this, the fans that, the fans all this, the fans all that. You made me do this, you made me do that. And Cody was like, let's cut the crap, all right, man. Let me just do your job for you, because clearly you can't do your own job yourself. And then he just talks about, what are you going to say about me? My list? I got a list. Talked about Stardust, about the neck tattoo. I'm going to be real with you. I'm glad that John Cena said a whole lot of things about that neck tattoo, because my gosh, is that a horrible one. And then saying about how, I got booed in my old company, obviously talking about AEW. And then, you got Cody saying that Cena's been lying. Cena's been telling the world that, it's the fans, but that he knows. But that Cody knows Cena, and he knows that Cena really does care for the fans. So it definitely can't be about the fans. So what is this really about, John? What is this really about? And I'm not going to lie to y'all. I told y'all like a few episodes ago that I did not think John Cena was ever going to tell us what this was actually about, because it was what we wanted to know. And John Cena said, I'm not going to tell y'all. I'm not going to give y'all what y'all want. That's what y'all want. I think Cody Rhodes is doing a good job of really poking the bear here to get Cena to finally open up. And Cena says that Cody's been protected. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say that Cody did, I love this, by the way. This is how you know Triple H is petty. He's super dang petty. Cody Rhodes literally just commented on the whole, everybody says you're going to bury me, I love that he really played it to the IWC, because so did John Cena as well with the whole, I'm not going to cook you, I'm going to bury you. Like they say that I bury people, and the whole, I don't bury talent, I am talent, I bury mediocrity. He said that right to Cody Rhodes. That was the first time he called him mediocre without ever really calling him mediocre. Then he does call him mediocre a little later on by saying I've been the guy that made this championship prestigious and all this stuff, and you just, your mediocre self came out here with your gimmick, and not your gimmick, with your music and your entrance, and you got everybody believing, that you're the guy when you're not really the guy. A lot of that stuff, Cena was saying that, he's manipulated the crowd into believing that he is an actual champion, that Cody's a sociopath and a nepo baby, and that he's full of himself. He said that he's so full of himself that he had his gimmick tattooed for the world to see. That was a bar right there. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because ever since I've seen that dumb neck tattoo, I've always thought that either A, this had to be some just real sociopath kind of thing. Like, you really want people to know that this is your gimmick, or you didn't want anybody to ever be confused on what the heck your gimmick actually was. But I absolutely love this. Oh, and Cena also said that, that he's like, a carbon copy of all these other he calls him like a carbon copy of all of these like good guys that he's seen on TV and all this stuff, and that he's not actually really him. A lot of stuff that everybody's kind of said to Cody, like Roman and Logan and Seth to Carmelo and The Miz, and goodness gracious, this list actually gets longer and longer because Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, I think Solo might have said it at one point in time. Just every single dang person. My goodness, man, why do y'all not think Cody's actually Cody? But Cody, oh man, he threw a bar out there in response to this. Because he told him, I'm the guy that was. No, he says, I was chosen. You're right. I was definitely chosen, but I was chosen by them. You was chosen by a guy that used to be around here, but we can't mention anymore. And that was, oh my gosh, man. That was absolutely amazing right there. Obviously, the Vince McMahon reference, if you didn't get that reference. Because Cena was, man, you got to keep it real, man. Cena really was the company man. I said this before, too, with John Cena, that when CM Punk and Cena were feuding, who did Vince McMahon pick? It was John Cena. He had him go after CM Punk to get the title back and all that stuff. So, if anybody's, the creation here around here, it definitely is John Cena. This next bar, I don't know if he actually said this next bar like right after this, but this was a little, you know what I mean? A little freaky, man. He said he got more weenie in his promo than he does in his jorts. I really don't know what he meant by that. I don't know why Cody knows that. I don't know what's going on over there at Freak Nasty WWE, but Cody and Cena, man, maybe this is how Cody became Cena. He became Cena 2.0. Oh man, it's a new. Oh no, ew, the FU has a whole different meaning now. Oh my gosh, man, it was nasty. It was nasty, man. Oh yeah, Cody. Cena said something about Cody wanting to be like acting like a 16-year-old and all that, and Cody made a pretty cool reference by saying that if anybody wants to be 16, he said that you're the one hanging around Zac Efron, all this stuff, trying to be 16 again. Obviously, a reference to Zac Efron, the movie that he was in, 17 again. It would have hit a little more had Cena said 17, because Cody could have said 17. It would have just made like a lot more sense. But I mean, yeah. Probably couldn't say it because I think 17 again might actually be trademarked by the movie, so maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can mention movies and all that stuff. But the best ones, and then Cody did also say too that John Cena left the company in like a really bad place because when he was WWE champion, nobody ever really liked Cena and the ratings started going down. And this is where I said, where the heck are all these John Cena fans at before? Because y'all was definitely not around when Cena was getting booed out the building and nobody really wanted to see Cena, thought that he was the most boring person and all that stuff and that he couldn't wrestle and all that, and ratings was going down and everything. So I don't know where all y'all John Cena fans came from. I still don't know where that kid John Cena fan came from either. Still believe that he was kidnapped by WWE, brought to a little WWE basement, and forced to watch John Cena film for 3 straight days. But Cena went back at him and said that he was never protected the way that Cody's been protected, and that he had to come bury himself because nobody else could bury him. Cody said that. Oh no, my bad. Cena said that no matter how hard he ever had it, that he never left. I'm gonna say this to Mr. John Cena, Mr. Cena. I don't know if that's actually your last name or not, but if it is, you were never given Stardust. Okay, you were given the prototype, you were given Dr. Thugonomics, and you were given Super Cena and whatever the heck else your other character was. I don't even really know after that. You were never given Stardust. That character, Cody did as great as he possibly could because, man, oh my gosh. I think the only person that could actually do good with that character is Goldust, because obviously, he played the dang character. I mean, Dustin Rhodes, not Goldust. Dustin Rhodes could play that character. Nobody else could, though, man. Not Roman, not Seth, not Cena, not Shawn, not Triple H, not The Rock, not I was going to say HBK, but obviously I said Shawn. Not anybody else. Anyone who's like a great tier character worker. Not even Bray Wyatt could, man. And he's like probably the greatest character worker of all time. Alexa Bliss, no. None of these folks, not even AJ Lee. Nobody could play that character the way that Cody, attempted to play it. He did as best as he possibly could. Gosh, man, that was a really bad character. So yeah, no, John Cena, I'm gonna give you your little one you did right there, but you don't even realize how bad it actually was, man. Because the prototype was bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. The prototype was bad. That's why I don't really like the Proto Star and Kyle. I was about to say Fletchender. He's not a Pokemon. And Kyle Fletcher. I was gonna say Fletchling. He's not the first evolution. My goodness. But that's why I don't like the Proto Star either. It's just not really for me. It's kind of a whack gimmick in my opinion. The prototype, the Proto Star is just too, it feels like the heel version of the prototype, and it's just, no, it's not good at all. But this wasn't it though, because Cena did clap back and say that, no, he continued by saying that he makes empires for billionaires while Cody just steals from their kids. That one, I can't even lie to you. That was a bar right there, man. That was a bar. That was an absolute bar because obviously, AEW, Tony Khan, all that stuff. And Cody just clapped back with the easiest clap back in the world that I will give him. I'm not going to give him super credit for, but, I'll give it to him, man. He said that no matter where he's been, no matter whether it be the fans or backstage, nobody ever said that he can't wrestle. And obviously that got under John Cena's skin. And John Cena tried to go out there, hit him with the slowest counter ever. He tried to hit him with a little sneak attack. It ain't really worked though. That sneak attack was slow as hell, bro. Jamie Hayter's hater rate be faster than that. Yeah, no, it didn't work, and he just got hit in the crossroads. I feel like Cena was supposed to be a bit closer, though, because that just looks so odd. I really wish, though, that Cody, instead of just going right to the crossroads, he would have, dropped down and hit him in the... Oh, no, wait. He hits him in the waist and then drops down and hits him in the chin or hits him in the face and then got up, put him in the crossroads. That would have been a little better to me. It was just... It really... I don't know. It was a weird setup. John Cena pretty much did sell it, though, as best you can. Well, as best as he can, because I've seen people sell it a lot better. But he did a pretty good job with it. Overall, like I said, I'm a person of my word, and I got two feuds to definitely talk about and big up, because this feud did get a lot better. But sadly, John Cena just not going to be there for the rest of April until WrestleMania. And it just sucks so much, man. It sucks so much. I'm hoping that John Cena does actually pull up, though, sneak attack him, something like that, because... Gosh, man, there's no way we can go. There's 3 more Monday Night Raws until WrestleMania? Because it's 19 days. I want to say it is 3 more Monday Night Raws. Yeah, we have, we have the 7th and we have the 14th. Okay, 2 more Monday Night Raws. I'm hoping that Cena does pull up at one of these because, man, oh man, we really, really need, we just need a little more from this feud because Elimination Chamber was really good. This moment was really good. The past, everything in between, really, just no. I did like Cena coming out, though, and like I said, when that did happen, I like Cena coming out and kind of just blaming the fans and all that stuff, and then he said the stuff last week. Just, I need more from it. I don't know if you're going to have The Rock come attack him. I don't know if you're going to have Travis Scott come attack him, or who the heck is going to attack Cody, but somebody does need to attack him because we can't just have the last thing going into this feud be, oh, well, Cody Rhodes just hit a crossroads on Cena because they're going to show a whole dang package. They're going to show a whole dang video package and all that stuff, man. What the heck are they going to show? Just Cena talking, Cody talking, and then this one little promo? Or are they going to show this whole entire promo for the entire package, which I would not be surprised if they actually did. I do want to see a little bit more, so I'm hoping that John Cena can find some time in his schedule to be able to be either at Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, one of the two. I would even love to see Cody go on some morning show or some kind of sports network and see maybe Cena call in or something like that, or they say, hey, we got a special video from somebody, or hacking the network and stuff like that, and then John Cena just appears up on the screen and starts talking to Cody Rhodes and saying a bunch of things to him. Maybe someone attacks Cody Rhodes up there. I don't know, just something. We gotta get a little bit more. But a feud that I also got to talk about. Oh, I do want to say though, I think I might have said this feud a C before. Whatever I said the feud was before, I'm bumping it up a letter grade. So if I did say a C, it'd probably be a C minus. I'll say this is probably about a C plus now, going into the B minus territory, but that's probably where it's gonna drop off the next 2 weeks if nothing really does happen. And it's just Cody Rhodes promos at the Cody Rhodes promos. Yeah, I'm assuming, though, that John Cena will be there for something, because there's no way you're ending it with this. There's still 2 whole Monday nights until the dang thing. Obviously, Cody's also going to be on Friday Night SmackDown as well, so there's a whole lot going on between now and WrestleMania, which is on the 19th and the 20th. But this next feud, though, I gave this Jey Uso Gunther feud an F. Whoo! Oh boy, after this past Monday Night Raw, oh baby, this is up to a B plus now. Yes, within just one segment, this is up to a B plus. Shout out to Jimmy Uso, who apparently just keeps getting killed off. It just keeps happening to him, man. He got killed off when Jay and Roman were first feuding, and then he got killed off by Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. Then he got killed off again today. Oh my goodness, man. What keeps happening to this guy, Jimmy Uso? Goodness gracious, man. This guy really does deserve a championship after this, man, because I said before that I didn't want him to win I didn't want him to win a belt if it was just going to be like, oh, you know, because his brother and all that stuff. Because it's kind of like how like Matt Hardy was, and it's kind of how Christian was with Edge, even though Christian and Edge aren't brothers, but you know what I mean, though. It's like the other guy in the tag team always, you know, started getting a bit more, or it started to become a thing like, you know, they deserve a belt and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, they do deserve a belt because they've been in the company for a long time, but I want them to show out. And Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler did show out against LeBron in the finals. Really wanted them to win too, by the way. Oh my gosh, I wish the Heat would have won that final. That would have been such an amazing moment in history. But no, Jimmy Uso really showed out in this match against Gunther. I loved all the stuff afterwards too. You had Jay running off Gunther, and then Gunther was running off, and I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. We're gonna make Gunther look like same old boring Gunther that we've been doing ever since he got this dang World Heavyweight title that we've really been doing ever since he lost the Intercontinental belt. We've just been doing the same boring thing of Gunther is soft, Gunther is not who he was anymore, yada 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 yada. But no, Jay's taking Jimmy out, and then here comes Gunther to attack Jay and Jimmy. He throws Jay into like the steel steps and all that stuff. Eventually grabs some I forgot those dang things are called, but like you tie him around like a wrist and all that stuff. Cops use them and all that, whatever they're called. He tied him up to the dang ropes, and he started beating on Jimmy to the point where Jimmy started bleeding. I loved all of that. You had Gunther just being sadistic. That's the sadistic Gunther that I want to see every single time. I think every single time Gunther's in a feud with somebody, they should be bleeding, because that's the kind of guy that we're making Gunther out to be, like this just animalistic, sadistic dude that is just like a Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns archetype. That's how it should be when it comes to Gunther. Now, all the other stuff that happened in this dang segment, we don't need any of that anymore. But like, well, I mean, no. We need that, but on for like special occasions, like super, super big, important feuds. Obviously, it's a really big, important feud. But like the whole bathing in Jimmy Uso's blood and like licking his blood and all that stuff, I could tell though that he probably did not want to do that, but was like, you know, let's just do it, because he took like a lick, but it was like a baby lick though. He was like, I don't really want to taste it. No, I don't really want to taste it. Acting like, you know, a kid when they want to eat their vegetables. But I'm not mad at him though, man. It's somebody's blood. I'm not drinking somebody's blood either. No, ew, that's disgusting. When I seen Hangman Adam Page do that, I was like, ew, why would you even do that? It's nasty, man. You better hope that man don't got anything. But nah, I really love this though, man. This sadistic side of Gunther. You have Jey Uso saying, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. He did say the F word, by the way. He did say it. I heard it. He tried to let it slip. I mean, tried to like let it get picked up by the mic, but I heard him say that. And I really love this, man, because this is the 10 weeks of hell. Them first 4 weeks after Rumble, and then like the first 2 weeks after Elimination Chamber, I don't know what the hell them was. But once Jey Uso really started, like, you know, messing up and stuff like that, showing that he's choking under pressure because obviously it's getting closer and closer to WrestleMania, I really like that. I wish they would have told the beginning a lot better, and that's why I'm only giving it like a B+, because had they told the beginning better, I probably would have given this all like a D the first time. I would have given it an A+ right now, because this is damn near perfect. This really is perfect. Like, this is what you need to be doing. I just wish they would have told us a lot better, because I do like the whole choking under pressure thing. I just wish that Jey Uso would have maybe like been looking super cocky going into WrestleMania, and then maybe like took some like big time losses, like not to the likes, well, maybe to like the likes of Austin Theory and them. Like, maybe he should have taken losses to them, because then it would have really been like a thing of, dang, can I really beat Gunther if I can't even beat Austin Theory and Grayson Waller? Like, that would have done a lot for this whole entire storyline. So maybe even just him losing would have helped as well. Him losing, like him starting off hot against like big talent, but then, you know, Gunther keeps attacking, and now he starts losing to like the lesser talent. That would have been a really good thing to do with Jay and Gunther. But overall, though, I love the segment. It did so much for the storyline, and I really do hope that Jimmy Uso isn't out for too long. I hope not, because I do want him now to get the U.S. Championship. I think he deserves the U.S. Championship, and now I really want to see this main event. WrestleMania. I think that it now deserves it, because this storyline has now been arguably one of the best storylines going into WrestleMania. I think I would put it up there with the Tiffany Stratton Charlotte Flair storyline for me. I really, really wish it could. I hate the fact that they announced that CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins are going to be main eventing. Also, speaking of Roman Reigns, though, I will say this. If Jey Uso does not beat Gunther, I want it to be Roman Reigns. I want Roman Reigns just to go at him and to be as sadistic as Gunther, and just start just dominating Gunther, annihilating this man week after week until their World Championship match. And then I wanted to just, no. I want Gunther to get his in as well. Like, I don't want Gunther just to be getting whooped on him for like 4 straight weeks. Or, well, it'd be 2 straight weeks going into Backlash. Oh, yeah, you know what? Then never mind. No. I actually do want Roman Reigns to be whooping his ass. I want him just to be demolishing this dude, go into Backlash, have like a real just scrappy match, whoop his ass, get the World Championship. We wanted it a long time ago. We did not get it. Not even that long ago. It was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We wanted it then, though. We weren't going to get it, obviously, because they were trying to protect Gunther, trying to protect Roman. You can't really have one of these two guys losing, especially with Gunther. They wanted to give him a really long Intercontinental Championship reign because they felt like he could be that guy. Obviously, did end up being that guy. So with Roman, you don't want to do that as well. I need to see this, though. Also, I feel like Jey Uso versus Gunther should be an I Quit match. Either I Quit match or a Falls Count Anywhere match, or just some kind of stipulation. Even if you want to do Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania, I don't even care. You can do that one as well. But I think it needs, or like a steel cage. It needs to be something, because obviously this rivalry has gotten way too personal just to be like a regular schmegular match. So yeah, they really need to do something with that. Also, real quick, I'm not going to stay on this topic too long, but shout out to my dog Tyler Bate. We got New Catch Republic. We got him back, and I'm really happy about that, because I really liked when Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne were together. I think they were on a heater going in. They were on a heater. They had like that really amazing match against Damian Priest and Finn Balor at, I want to say, Elimination Chamber. Sadly, Tyler Bate eventually got hurt. I think he tore his ACL or something like that, or tore his MCL, tore something in his knee, but he's able to be back now. I really do love that, because like I said, I love New Catch Republic. I thought they were a really cool team. Everybody hates the whole Def Rebel thing with them, but I love the New Catch Republic. I don't know why. It's cool to be. I don't know. Maybe it's just a tism. I don't know. But I really, really like it. So I hope that they are able to gain some traction after WrestleMania. I'm assuming New Day are likely going to be winning at WrestleMania against the War Raiders. I would love for the New Day to hold it for a while. And maybe you give it to New Catch Republic to be the guys to dethrone them. Maybe you still go with the whole Fraction thing that I said before. I love this for Raw's tag division, because I really love tag wrestling. I love that, we got another great tag team in there. We have them. We have the Creed Brothers. We have New Day. We have War Raiders. We have LWO is going to be doing their thing. And a few other teams as well. I think they're in there that I just can't remember right now off the top of my head. But I love the fact that we got them back. It's going to help the tag division out a lot. And I hope that this does allow them to at least do something with Pete Dunne, because he is a uberly talented wrestler that I feel has been so underappreciated. I actually forgot that he's one of the longest reigning NXT UK champions, and sadly never got the NXT championship. I feel like he probably should have gotten the NXT championship. So, yeah, or at least the North American Championship. My goodness, he didn't get either one of them, though. So, yeah, I do hope that these guys eventually do get some tag gold, because I really, really love New Catch Republic. But speaking of gold, though, oh my gosh, man, WWE, why are y'all making this 10 times harder than it needs to be, man? They're really trying to stretch out this stupid dang triple threats. They're probably now going to have Rhea Ripley steal Io's dang belt. Let me give a little better story on this thing. So, if you didn't get to watch Monday Night Raw, Bianca Belair with a special guest referee for Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky, which, by the way, I'm officially now saying it. Rhea Ripley has given Io Sky her worst match. Rhea and Io have zero chemistry. That match was just atrocious, and Rhea Ripley has not had a good match in a good amount of time. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, man, it's definitely been interesting to say the least. But the match happened, and then Rhea Ripley accidentally kicked Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair goes flying out the ring because one kick would apparently do that to Bianca Belair, even though she's taking multiple kicks. So, yeah, she hits the Riptide on Io Sky, not Bianca Belair. She's not hitting the Riptide. She didn't switch her finisher. Don't worry, still doing the KOD. But Rhea Ripley hits the Riptide on the Io Sky. Counts to like 20. I don't know how the heck it was to 20 because I've seen them get up after these dang hits under like 20 seconds. So yeah, but Bianca Belair obviously can't get back in the ring because she just got kicked so dang hard, man. She got hit with a Spartan kick, So Bianca Belair can't get back in the ring. Then, she eventually gets back in the ring. Rhea gets into it with Bianca. Then Io goes for a hit. Ends up, Rhea moves out of the way, hits Bianca Belair with a missile drop kick. And then eventually at some point, Rhea slapped Bianca. And then Io kind of hit Bianca again. And Bianca does a double disqualification. Both Rhea and Io get disqualified. So that means that, Miss Rhea Lesnar's gonna be mad. She's gonna be, I want my championship because I want to be at WrestleMania. I don't know why she can't just pull Seth Rollins. Is it that hard? Just go talk to Triple H, see if you can get some kind of match, something like that. I don't know why we got to go through all this. Like, that would be so much easier. I really like when Seth Rollins did that. Obviously, they don't have anybody debuting, but like, I don't know. You could do like Rhea Ripley versus Nikki Bella. I don't know. Rhea Ripley versus Lyra Valkyria. Just anything, man. Also, I'm going to get to actually that in a second. I'm going to finish talking about this first because there might be another triple threat now at WrestleMania. And, oh, man, messed up my stand deliver predictions. But Rhea Ripley afterwards eventually hits Bianca Belair and Io Sky with not with a KOD, with a Riptide, and then she had the championship, and Raw just went off air. I'm assuming that she's stealing the championship. I'm assuming we're pulling the Jay White, stealing it from MJF, and for anybody that's going to say, oh, well, if you like that, then you got to like this. No, I don't, because this is stupid. This is stupid. We could have easily just had Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley getting into it like we did after the dang match was disqualified, but we couldn't do that. We couldn't. No, we had, matter of fact, Adam Pearce could have came out and even said, like, this is now how we're ending this, we're running this back, or, Rhea Ripley, you're going to get your rematch, or something like that. I don't know. But no, now it's going to be Rhea Ripley's going to steal the belt. Adam Pearce is going to say, you're not getting your match. Io Sky is going to say, you want your match. You can get your match at WrestleMania. Bianca Belair is going to be like, whatever. I don't really care. I just want to get my hands on Rhea Ripley. I want to get my hands on Io Sky. We're going to push it all the way to dang WrestleMania. And we just didn't even need to do this. Oh, my God. I feel like we're just making this harder than it needs to be. I've said it now 2 episodes, so I'm not going to say it again on what we need to do. If you want to hear what we need to do, go watch the past couple episodes, or like, it was definitely not the last episode, the episode before that. My goodness. This is just, oh my God. I don't know why. Like, I get that Bianca and Io are 2 faces, but now they obviously have beef because Bianca and Io are getting into it. We could easily just push these 2. I really, really, really hope that Rhea Ripley is not in this triple threat, but I think she's going to be in the dang triple threat. It's just, oh man, I don't know why we're doing this. It's making Rhea's character look so awful. It's just, we don't need to go this way with Rhea's character. I talked about it before, too, that I don't really like the direction they're going with Rhea's character. I really, really wish that they didn't do this. I don't even know what made them do this. Like, sure, Rhea's kind of always been this way, with Liv Morgan. She eventually walked away from Liv Morgan from the tag team they were in because she felt like Liv was costing her, and then she ended up attacking Liv afterwards when Liv was trying to, just be cool with her again. Then eventually, 2023, Rhea Ripley had the championship, and Liv Morgan was trying to go after the championship, and Rhea Ripley took her out saying that it's not your business when, hey, sweetie, the world championship is everybody's business. And then 2024, obviously, the stuff with Dominic Mysterio as well, she was like beating up on Dom, and then she got mad that Dom betrayed her, but you was beating up on him, and then just all this stuff with Rhea Ripley. It's just like, I don't know why we're doing this. I understand that Rhea's like a super duper mega star, but is there not a better way to book this? Like, is there not some way that we could have gotten Rhea Ripley into this triple threat without having to go this way? Heck, I would have even took the whole Rhea Ripley faces Bianca Belair, and if Rhea wins, she gets to be in the match as a triple threat and not as, like, you know, taking her spot. Or if she faces Io Sky and she beats Io Sky, then she gets to be in the match. I would have liked that. I don't know why we had to do all this jumping through hoops and all that. We could have just done it the original way, where Rhea Ripley retains, Io Sky gets mad at Bianca Belair, and then everybody starts scrapping with each other. I don't know why we couldn't do that. But we're also probably going to have another triple threat at WrestleMania now, because next Monday, I know it's a Raw recap, but next Monday we're going to have Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley, and you know Roxanne's going to pull up, get involved in the match. Adam Pearce is going to come out with his bald-headed self, with all his veins on his popping out his dang head, say, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of all of you. I'm tired of Gunther. I'm tired of Rhea. I'm still tired of Ronda. I'm sick of all this. You guys want to keep doing this? Then you know what? Roxanne, Bayley, Lyra, you're all going to WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship, and oh my gosh, man, how many multi-person matches are we gonna get this year? I wouldn't even be surprised now if CM Punk did defeat Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, the catches in his favor, gets to be in the dang main event along with John Cena and Cody Rhodes to make it a whole nother triple threat, because we need triple threats everywhere, man. Just mad triple threats. Like, my goodness, man, what is this, basketball? Is this basketball? Y'all is not Kyrie Irving. Stop this. Y'all not KD. Stop this. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. But funny enough, though, I'm going to love a lot of these matches. I'm going to love the woman. Well, I'm actually not, take that back. I am not going to love that women's triple threat. Like I said, Rhea Ripley has been looking so trash. And I've said before that Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair is one of the most overrated matches of all time. That match was absolutely garbage. The feud was way better. I'm the only person that actually says that. Rhea Ripley just looked horrible in that match, in my opinion. Charlotte Flair was definitely carrying. But that triple threat, I'm not going to be happy for, because I don't think Rhea's going to do much in that triple threat to actually make it a lot better. Then you have, if Roxanne, Lyra, Bayley does happen, I think that triple threat's going to be really dang good. What's the other triple threats that are going to be happening? Likely going to be like a fatal four-way with Dom, Braun, Fawn, and Pawn. I'm going to have everybody's names wrong. No, Penta and Finn Balor. Well, no. Get the win Balor. Get the pin Balor. Because shout out to my guy Finn. Got the dang, I almost forgot to talk about that. My guy Finn Balor out here being, you know, the real win Balor. He's finally get some dang wins. Done pin Penta. Shout out to my dog, man. I'm happy for Finn Balor. I really, really am, man. It's about damn time to see this guy win, because we know WrestleMania is going to lose again, because Dominic Mysterio is going to get the IC champion by rolling up Finn Balor. But at least he got some kind of win going into WrestleMania. I'm going to be happy for that match, because that'll be like a really good match too. Obviously, Braun Breaker and Penta are now going to have a little bit of issues with each other, because Braun speared Penta, leading to Penta's first loss, because obviously Finn Balor, my dog, one of my goats, got the coup de grace on the Penta. My goodness, man, that man's ribs have gone to dirt after that spear and the coup de grace. Ugh. But we're going to have that multi-man match. Probably gonna have a multi-person match for the U.S. belt, for both U.S. belts, and so yeah, everything's gonna be like a multi-man match. Besides Tiffany and Charlotte, unless Nia Jax somehow sneaks her way into that match, which I am still crossing all my fingers and toes for. I really hope Nia Jax finds a way to get to WrestleMania. I'm assuming we might also have like Liv Morgan. No, I think Liv Morgan now is going to be having a tag match. I don't know against who. Maybe like Maxine and Natalya. Maybe they were going to do like Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, but then I think Alexa Bliss might not even be cleared. Or no, I think Bo Dallas might not be cleared. So I think Alexa Bliss, because Bo Dallas isn't cleared and she was supposed to be doing stuff with the Wyatt Six, probably is going to be waiting a little bit longer. Also, I'm really upset that Ilya Dragunov's not going to be back until September. I saw that he's getting cleared by September, which sucks. I thought it would have been a lot quicker than that, because I mean, it is an ACL injury, and they usually the full recovery is 9 months, but a lot of times these guys come back within like 6 months. So I was thinking that he'd probably be back after like WrestleMania, like the Raw after Mania, and then be the guy to dethrone Braun Breaker. Sadly, that's not going to happen now, though. So yeah, I don't really know, but I hope when Ilya does return that they're able to do really big things with him, because Ilya Dragunov is an absolute star. He's somebody that's one of the best wrestlers on the roster. I'm still waiting for the Ilya Dragunov-Gunther feud. There's reports that he's even supposed to be returning to Raw, because obviously he never really got his Raw run. I hope that doesn't happen unless Gunther does stay on Raw as well, because we might run a Gunther-Roman feud still, even if Gunther does lose the belt, we still might run that feud, because I think Roman's going to want his get back for what Gunther did to Jimmy Uso. But then again, maybe Jay gets to get back, and that's fine. I don't know. Maybe we still run Roman and Gunther just because Roman wants to slap Gunther upside the head. Also, Gunther definitely 1,000% did take that slap to the face very much so seriously from Jimmy Uso, and that's why he sent this man to the afterlife. So, R.I.P. to Jimmy Uso. Moment of silence, please. We're not giving a moment of silence. This is a dang podcast. No, it was a moment of silence. I just cut it out. Ha! No one will ever know. But with that, let's go ahead and transition on over into our first AEW topic of the day. Talking about some AEW Dynasty match card predictions. So the 6 matches that we know for sure are the TNT Championship, Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole. We have the Ring of Honor Championship between Chris Jericho and Bandito. We have the Trios Championship between Death Riders and FTR. I think I might have had 3 fingers up before this. My mistake. We have the Women's World Championship between Megan Bayne and Toni Storm. We have the International Championship between Kenny Omega, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Ricochet. And then we have the Men's World Championship between Swerve Strickland and Jon Moxley. So my 4 potential matches that I have before I do predict who's going to be winning all these matches, I think we're going to be getting the Ring of Honor Women's Championship match of Athena versus Mercedes Moné. There's no reason to not have Athena lose this belt. I want Athena to get 1,000. I did forget about Fabulous Moolah having 1,000, have like 15 dang thousand days as the women's champion. I'm gonna be real with you. Anybody before the 80s, I'm just not counting, man. It's like Bill Russell to me. I'm sorry. If your photos is in black and white, I ain't really counting that, man. You probably had like 2 wrestlers on the roster. Probably only one. You probably had Fabulous Moolah versus, someone in the crowd. So sorry. No, man. We're probably going to get a tag team championship match with the Hurt Syndicate versus the Learning Tree. I'm assuming we're going to be also getting Willow Nightingale versus Marina Shafir. And then I think we have to get MJF versus Hangman Adam Page, because what the heck happened to this feud? It feels like this feud that I thought, and I made 2 whole videos on, was going to be one of the biggest feuds of the generation. It just hasn't been that. We went away from it, and I don't know why. I mean, there is like the MJF Hurt Syndicate stuff, but my goodness, we just said to hell with this feud. I thought we would have kept it going. I thought we would have got a stipulation match going into Dynasty. Thought we would have had like a big match going into Double or Nothing. But no, we just got nothing. I hope that this match does happen at Dynasty, because obviously we do have MJF with the Hurt Syndicate stuff, so probably going to have some more stuff on Dynamite. It's going to end up leading to MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. I assume maybe even MJF attacks Hangman Adam Page in the back, and then we do get the match set up for Dynasty. Maybe they even have like a strap match at Dynasty. Maybe like, MJF is just whooping his ass, and then he grabs the mic and says, "We're not done, Hangman. Since people think that, that I'm not cut out to be hurting people and all this stuff, I'm going to be hurting you at Dynasty." And then, I don't know, something like that. MJF will say it a lot better than I would. But yeah, I think we do get a strap match at Dynasty. So because we have these 10 matches, I'm going to go with the potential matches first, and I'll do the official matches afterwards. If you're getting Willow versus Marina, Willow is easily winning. This is not even going to be much of a challenge for her. This is going to be knock some rust off. But maybe they also want to see what they have with Marina Shafir, so by putting her in like a real one-on-one match and not like a intergender tornado tag team match. Oh no, a mixed match tag team tornado match. My goodness. That'll show some, but it won't really show like her wrestling ability. So being able to see Marina Shafir versus Willow Nightingale in the ring, it's going to show a whole lot more. See if they really want to keep her around for the long term or not. Or, if that's probably just it. MJF versus Hangman Adam Page, I think MJF needs to win. There's no reason to have him lose. He already lost the match before. You're not going to have him lose back-to-back matches. It just makes no sense in my opinion. This probably also leads to him possibly joining the Hurt Syndicate. Then we have the Tag Team Championship, Hurt Syndicate versus Learning Tree. Hurt Syndicate are winning. I think Dynasty might be the start of 2 factions being taken down, because there is a bit too many factions. We probably need somebody's taken down. We might have Death Riders and Learning Tree taken down here. Ring of Honor Women's Championship, though, we're going to be having Mercedes Moné versus Athena. I already said that I want Mercedes Moné to win this belt, so I do think that she's going to be winning the belt. Then to go into the actual cards that are certified for the match, we have TNT Championship, Daniel Garcia versus Adam Cole. Everybody's banned from ringside. That includes Daddy Magic, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. I forgot his name for a second. I'm assuming Adam Cole wins this one. I think, you've had Daniel Garcia get the last two, obviously. Well, the first one, people got involved. The second one, it ran out of time. I think this is Adam Cole's time. I could even see a world where, like, Wardlow returns and he helps him get the win, and we kind of start pushing Adam Cole as a heel and stuff like that. Although it's looking like Daniel Garcia might be leaning more towards a heel, but I would love to see heel Adam Cole. He did so well as a heel in NXT that I think he could do just as well here. It'd be perfect for Undisputed Kingdom too, because I feel like they kind of do need that muscle if they are going to be taking on the Hurt Syndicate eventually. So yeah, I think Adam Cole does get this win. The next match would be the Ring of Honor Men's Championship match: Chris Jericho versus Bandito, mask versus belt match. If you just say it like that, it sounds really kinky. I think. This is a hard one because I'm going to be honest with you. I've been trying to think about this one all day because, like, Chris Jericho realistically should win the match, right? Like, are you going with Bandito to be the next Ring of Honor Men's Champion? I personally don't know. I know they had like the whole CMLL deal. I think I would go someone like Hologram over Bandito, although Bandito is pretty good on the mic, so there's that as well. I don't really know. I'm gonna go with Chris Jericho. I think he retains. No, because it's a mask match. Okay, I think I'll go with Bandito. Bandito getting the belt. I don't really like it too much, but I'm gonna go with Bandito winning this match. No, oh my gosh, no. I think her learning tree fall here. I'm gonna go with Bandito winning the. Bandito winning the belt. Did I just go against my whole thing that I literally just said? I'm stupid. No, you know why it was? You know why I got mixed up there? Because I was going to introduce another topic real quick, but I was like, let me just introduce it afterwards. Let me just say this right now because I seen this stupid-ass TikTok video earlier today, which would be Monday, not Tuesday. It was this guy. I'm not even going to give him any kind of, just any kind of publicity. Has a good amount of followers, though. I will say that. Pretty damn good amount of followers. This dude said that Io Sky is not one of the top performers in WWE because she's Japanese. She can't speak English. And I was just like, are you serious? Saying that women like Tiffany Stratton and Liv Morgan were better than her. And look it, man. This is not to put either of those women down. Liv Morgan cannot wrestle like Io Sky can, and Tiffany Stratton cannot speak on the mic like Io Sky can. I don't care about the whole she's Japanese, she can't speak English, so she can't cut a promo. That's not what cutting a promo has to do. I mean, cutting a promo has zero to do with if you can speak English or not, because in Japan they cut promos, in Mexico they cut promos, in every other dang country that has wrestling, Europe, all that stuff, England, all that stuff, they cut promos, okay? I was going to say Europe because, like, it's obviously a continent, not a country, but y'all get what I mean. But they all cut promos everywhere. So this whole notion that she can't cut a promo, just say that, don't say that. It sounds so just ignorant in my opinion. Just say that they don't have her cut promos because she can't speak English that well, which even then that would be kind of like a load of BS because she's cut plenty of promos in Japanese. She had a whole back and forth with Asuka going, baka, 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 bitch. Io Sky and Kazuchika Okada would be best friends. Nah, but it's just like, oh man, I hate when people like use this just stupid way of thinking, man. Like, no, Io Sky is one of the best women in the company. Is she above Rhea? In my opinion, yes. The only thing Rhea has over her is the mommy gimmick, and that's not even a good gimmick compared to Io Sky with Damage Control. The only real thing she actually has over her is that they're willing to push her, because they won't push Io the way they push Rhea. And between her and Bianca, again, I think I would... This one's probably a lot more closer because I think Bianca Belair is a fantastic wrestler. I think she's one of the best wrestlers in the company. I probably would give this one to Bianca, but not by that much. Like, I would say her and Io are very neck and neck. And I'm sorry, man. I like Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan ain't no above no damn Io Sky. Also, why did Rhea Ripley do a Liv Morgan laugh? She went, ah, ha, 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 ha. Is she teasing the potential team up of her and Liv Morgan? Has Liv Morgan been doing all this stuff with Judgment Day just to eventually to take Dom from Rhea, but then to eventually get with to get with Rhea Ripley? Oh my gosh, man! I think they're gonna run that kind of storyline. I ain't mad at it if they do. It'd be funny as hell. But yeah, no, saying that Io Sky is not above Liv Morgan. Like, again, if you're a big Liv Morgan fan, okay, I get it. If you think she's not above her, that's just, it's subjective at the end of the day. But I think Io Sky does literally everything better than Liv Morgan. And saying that Tiffany Stratton is above Io Sky, look at, man, subjectivity and all that. Get this bull on out of here, bro. There is nobody on the face of this earth that is saying that Tiffany Stratton is better than Io Sky. Like, what are we doing, man? This is where I say, like, it doesn't even feel like just the ignorance. It feels like just ignorance and stupidity go hand in hand. It just feels like bullshittery. Like, what do you mean that Tiffany Stratton, the rookie who don't even got a good character, who can't even play her Barbie character the best, who me and a few mutuals were on live and we could barely even get Tiffany Stratton into the top 20, had her out of the top 25, and when we included NXT when we included NXT, we had her we had her at 30. If you also included the potential of Mariah May joining WWE, like, man, get the hell out of here. No, she can't even do a moonsault as good as Io Sky. And I hate that I feel like I'm like coming off like a big Tiffany Stratton hater, because I'm not a big hater of Tiffany Stratton. I liked her when she first came into WWE. I stopped liking her after the Money in the Bank stuff. But come on, man. You don't think Tiffany Stratton... The only person who thinks Tiffany Stratton is better than Io Sky is Ludwig Kaiser, because that is his, I think, wife or girlfriend, one of the two, or fiance, one of the three. But that is the only person who actually thinks that Tiffany Stratton is better than Io Sky. Come on, man. No. This is why, like, sometimes I don't even, like, really, like, I'm glad that I'm not even really on Wrestle Talk. Like, I'll be, like, on my other accounts sometimes because, bro, some of the takes I'll be seeing, like, folks say that I got bad takes, saying that Gunther's boring and all this stuff. But, man, if Gunther is boring is a bad take, then what is Tiffany Stratton over Io Sky? That is an atrocious take. My goodness. But let's go ahead and jump back into these AEW Dynasty predictions. We left off with Ring of Honor Men's Championship. I said I think Bandito's going to be winning. Lion Trio will be crumbling here. Next year we have the Trios Championship. I do think, well, no, they can't win. No, Rated FTR can't win. I feel like Dax Wheeler, or Dax Hardwood and Cash, whatever his damn name is. Dax and Cash. There we go, Cash. I forget his name. But these two, they just have too much stuff going on between each other. Obviously, stuff between Dax and Cope as well. I think Rated FTR breaks up here because FTR turns their backs on Cope. I don't think it's going to happen. There's no way these guys are getting the Trios belts. Honestly, I want these dang Trios belts to die already. I hate these belts so much. It's cool for, like, the potential, like, mid-card for the tag team, but it's just, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. They have not been good in very, 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 very long. My goodness, it's been so long. So, yeah, I think the Death Riders win here. Maybe. Well, then when do they lose these belts? Who do they lose these belts to? If it's not Rated FTR, who realistically could they lose the belts to? Like, I can't even think of many other trios within AEW. I would say you have the not the Hurt Syndicate. Well, you potentially have the Hurt Syndicate if they get an official third member, but I don't know any other trios you have. I mean, I guess you have Bullet Club Gold, but Juice Robinson's out. You have the Conglomeration, maybe, but I ain't seen Tomohiro Ishii in a long time. I haven't seen Rocky Romero in a minute either. Dark Order, you're probably not having them lose to them. Don Callis family? Is that what we're going to do? You're going to have Brian Cage, Lance Archer, and Mark Davis get the belts? Or maybe even Kyle Fletcher? No. Also, why is Trent Beretta officially with the Don Callis family? Is that like an official thing? This is on the official site. Is Trent Beretta officially joining the... that's interesting. You could have the Elite, like if you really wanted to bring the Young Bucks and Jack Perry back to get that belt, but then you're having Kazuchika Okada likely lose the unified Intercontinental belt, so I don't think they're going to get it either. Damn sure ain't going to be no damn frat house. I tell you that right now. No, they're in ROH. It's not going to be the Hounds of Hell because they don't have Malachi Black anymore. It's not going to be the Hurt Syndicate unless they're going to be, well, you know what? Actually, I could see them unifying the belts. I could see them, instead of like just dumping them, I could see them potentially putting them on the Hurt Syndicate to unify the belts, or unless they want to just put a lot of gold on them, they could do that as well. It's not going to be La Faction Ingonerable. I can't even pronounce that word. I think I tried pronouncing that before and it just ain't work. The Ops? Are we putting the Trios belt on the Ops? Maybe? I mean, well, you could, and then you have the feud with the Patriarchy. I don't know about that one. Shane Taylor Promotions, probably not. Undisputed Kingdom, no, you're probably not putting it on them either. Unless you really want to, unless there's the world that you want to have Adam Cole the TNT Championship, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong with the Tag Team Championships, and then Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and Wardlow with the Trios Championships. If you really, really want to do that, you could. I think the most likely would either be them or it would be Undisputed Kingdom. No, actually, my bad. It's going to be the Ops first, Undisputed Kingdom second, Hurt Syndicate third to potentially unify the belts. Actually, I'm going to flip those two around. Hurt Syndicate second to potentially unify those belts. So, yeah, I think maybe if you don't have them, if you don't have them lose here, you could always have them lose to the Ops. I think they win here. I think they win here because I think FTR breaks up with Cope. Next, we have the women's... Well, wait. What are we going to be going to with that storyline? What are we doing? Dax versus Cope? Is this the world we're going to? I don't need to see this. Look, man, I like FTR. I like Cope, but this is not the world that we're not going to. FTR is going to be taking out Cope, are we? What, are we going to potentially get Christian and Cope teaming together again one last time to take down FTR? I mean, they're like a legendary tag team, so they don't really need to put any more belts on them. They're kind of already solidified. But is this the world we're going to? No. Ew. I don't even know where we're going with the storyline, to be honest. This is one of those times where I'm like, what is AEW really doing if they do turn FTR on Cope? What, is it going to be like the New Day turning on Big E? Is that what's going to happen? They're just going to take out Cope? Yes, actually, yes, I could see it. Then you know what I could see also? I could see FTR versus Cope and Christian at All In, because I could see the Ops getting the belts off of Death Riders. I could see Nick Wayne and the Patriarchy turning on Christian and Cope both getting betrayed by their own, by their old teams, I guess, factions, whatever. And then these guys working together to be working against FTR and also take down the Patriarchy. Maybe they come in as like they try to have like one just big last tag team run. Maybe this is the direction they go. I don't like this though, but I guess I get it. And you know what? I'm not too mad about it, especially if Christian is the guy who's carrying the matches and not Cope, because Cope's kind of at the point right now where he probably just can't really go as much as he could before. He got a little bit of stamina in the tank still, but just not enough. So I think Death Riders do win. I guess you have FTR turn on Cope, and then you eventually push Cope and Christian to take down FTR, probably take down Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian as well, probably call up Best Fiends to take down one Mother Wayne, who I keep forgetting is tall as hell. My goodness, she made Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne look super tiny. Next, we have the Women's World... I'm going to leave that one for... I'm going to leave that one for last. We have the International Championship, Kenny Omega's PY Mike Bailey versus Ricochet. Kenny Omega wins here, and I think Kazuchika Okada comes out to confront him, because Kazuchika Okada's not going to be on the card, so he's not going to be on the card, but he's going to be at Dynasty. There's no way that you're not having this guy there. I think you're going to have these two have a face-off with each other, both holding the belts up, leading to their potential unified match, so we can unify those belts, unify the trios belts eventually. I would love to see that. And then we can usher in the women's tag teams, and maybe even usher in a proper women's mid-card belt, because I don't like the TBS title being the mid-card belt for the women. I would love like a I don't really know what you would go with, but like whatever kind of belt you could just do for like the women's division, I would love to see it. Even if you could add like a specific division for the no, never mind. There's not enough women on the roster for that. But just add something for like the women's division to where they can have like an official mid card belt like the men do. I need to see that. The TBS belt technically is the mid card, but I don't really count it as a mid card. So yeah, no. Now for the men's world championship, man, I keep going back and forth on this one. I keep going back and forth because it has to be Darby. It has to be Darby. There's nobody else that it should or could be. It can't be Swerve. My dog, I'm sorry. Swerve is my guy. I mess with him. I would love to have a conversation with him one day, maybe on the pod or something like that. But it can't be Swerve. It has to be Darby Allin. I think this year is really going to be... Well, no, they're not going to do that for this year for like a whole little theme of like, you know, the good guys getting it this year. But I think Darby is going to be one of at least like, you know, maybe them and Christian and Cope, I guess, would also kind of like the good guys getting their big wins. I think Darby's still going to win. So sadly, this does mean that Swerve loses. I hope it's not because Hangman gets involved. I really, really hope it's not, dude. I don't want Hangman Adam Page involved in this dang match. He doesn't need to be involved in this match. It's really, really dumb if he does. So I'm going to go with... I hate to even... I'm going with Jon Moxley. I don't want to go with Jon Moxley. Y'all know that I want Swerve. Jon Moxley's my guy, though, man. I mess with Jon heavy. But it cannot be... It's just... Gosh, man, my heart's telling me Swerve. My head's telling me Moxley. I'm going with Moxley. Yeah, I'm going with Moxley. For the women's world championship, Megan Bayne, Toni Storm. I said it last episode, but I do believe Penelope Ford is going to be getting involved in this match after she does lose to Toni Storm. No, something's going to happen with the Toni Storm Megan Bayne match. I think either Megan Bayne's going to get involved in the match, it's going to cost Toni Storm because it's going to cost Penelope Ford because she's probably going to take out Toni Storm, or these two are just going to be like, you know, just destroying each other ringside, and that's just going to get the match thrown out. Penelope Ford's going to get matched, probably going to try to get Megan Bayne off her, be like, yo, what the heck are you doing? And then Megan Bayne's going to push her to the ground because they're not really even like a tag team. They're not even really cool with each other if you're going to be real. Penelope Ford literally is just riding Megan Bayne's coattails. Penelope Ford's going to probably, you know, see that they're not actually cool, get involved in the match, create a little feud between them. Won't be mad at it too much. I think it'd be a pretty cool little feud for Megan Bayne. But yeah, no, I think Toni Storm does win this. There's literally no reason for her to lose this belt. I think all in all, this is going to be a pretty dang good dynasty, you know. It's probably not going to be like anywhere near as great as Revolution, but we're going to have a lot of great matches. Storylines are pretty cool going in. You know, there's the potential of the learning tree getting destroyed. There's the potential of the Death Riders downfall. And there's a potential for, you know, Bandito to really become a big-time player within AEW and a few other guys as well. I just think that this dynasty is probably going to be just pretty dang cool, you know. I'm going to love seeing Adam Cole get the win, though, because I know he is getting the win. That's my dog right there. So it is going to be really cool to see that. I would even love to see if Wardlow does get involved so we can get heel Adam Cole. But all in all, though, I think this dynasty, I'm going to predict it right now, the rating. I'm going to say probably about a 7.5 out of 10. I don't think it's going to be, like, super fantastic. The matches will really be cooking. I don't think a lot of the storylines will cook that much, though. But a good 7.5 out of 10, you know. Not, you know, just something chill. Not anything too heavy. But let's go ahead and jump into one of our next topics, which has to deal with the Hurt Syndicate, because we did talk about them a minute ago. So there are reports that Kevin Knight might actually be the official fourth member of the Hurt Syndicate. Now, it's interesting because obviously Cedric Alexander said in an interview with Chris Van Vliet that he would love, or Chris Van Vliet, my bad, I said Fleet, would love to, you know, work with the Hurt Syndicate again, that he would love to go to AEW sometime when he's good and ready. And obviously he is the original member to the Hurt Syndicate, aka the Hurt Business back in WWE. So I think Tony Khan's gonna really want to do something there. What I would do, this is what I drawed up here. Let me know how y'all like the storyline. So I said that, you know, I think Kevin Knight should join or should have tryouts for the group, but never really officially join the group because he doesn't live up to that We Hurt People moniker. And then eventually we get Cedric Alexander to, you know, come into AEW, and we have like this, this little brewing thing between Kevin Knight and Cedric Alexander. We see Cedric around the Hurt Syndicate every so often. Kevin Knight starts getting a bit suspicious of it. He's like confused, what's going on. I thought I was the guy. And then eventually we have Kevin Knight and Cedric Alexander get into it. And then in the match, in the match, Kevin Knight's about to go for the win, but here comes the Hurt Syndicate to kind of distract him in a sense. Like they come out not air quotes meaning to distract Kevin Knight, but he ends up taking the loss and then gets his ass whooped in the match. I think Cedric Alexander would then be walking off with the Hurt Syndicate. I would like to see how that plays out. There is always the potential, though. They could go this direction, which I think would be really cool as well, is that the Hurt Syndicate bring in Kevin Knight, and then when Cedric Alexander comes around, they kind of like disassociate from him, and they're we're cool with you and all that, but we were cool with you, but you didn't come with us. You had the chance to leave and you didn't leave. You stayed there. I would love to see something like that. And then Kevin Knight takes out Cedric Alexander, but I don't want to see Cedric Alexander kind of just get jobbed away. I would love to see him actually be with the Hurt Syndicate again. Give this faction its just due that it does deserve. Allow them to be a pretty big faction within AEW. Potentially even allow Cedric Alexander to potentially be that guy to get the Intercontinental belt, get the World Championship, get the TNT Championship. I would love to see that. I said there might be a Undisputed Kingdom, Hurt Syndicate kind of feud there. Maybe instead of having Ricochet do it, you actually have Cedric Alexander do it instead. I would like to see that. I think that would be pretty dang cool. So, yeah, that's what I think could happen with Kevin Knight. I don't know if he is going to be the guy, though. The reports are saying that it's looking like he might be the guy. I think MJF still has a really cool storyline there. I think Cedric Alexander has a really cool storyline there. I think you can mix a lot of these guys in. Okay, as the train was interrupting me, I just remembered that MVP said that the Bloodline storyline was actually supposed to be the Hurt Business storyline, but that never happened because of Vince McMahon. I'm thinking that maybe you could actually run that storyline now, whatever MVP's idea was. So you have him as the manager, you have Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, you add on Kevin Knight and Cedric Alexander, and then you also add on the honorary nigga MJF. Oh man, I don't know if they're gonna have him saying the N-word or not. Not MJF, please. He's gonna say, hey guys, hey Bobby, don't worry, man. Kevin Knight's just not feeling very nigga-y today. Oh, please, no. I can't have that happen, man. I am too pro-black to allow MJF to be saying the N-word. Find a different word, man. Find brother or something like that. Please, not that word. Oh, my gosh, man. No. Slimy. There we go. My slime. Oh, my God. MJF saying my slime would be sick. He's not feeling very slimy today. Ew, slimy sounds weird. Ew, that sounds inappropriate. I don't even want to touch that one. No. Yeah, no, we're not touching that one. But I think MJF could be like that honorary oos to the Hurt Syndicate. I would like to see it. I think it'd be pretty dang cool. So yeah, I think all these guys should potentially join the Hurt Syndicate, run this whole little storyline, and then eventually have MJF kind of going in like his Sami Zayn arc where maybe they try to take out Hangman Adam Page, and they want to run MJF and Hangman Adam Page very similar to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I would love to see it because, look, I like MJF, but I think a lot of people think higher of him than maybe I do. I think MJF is in the ballpark of Kevin Owens. I don't think he's in the ballpark of Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes, the guy that is the face of the company. I think he's just a super talented dude that doesn't show the most in the ring, is pretty dang good, but is nowhere near like face of the company good. And maybe that's just me. I don't know. I don't really, see it when it comes to MJF. Nor do I see it with Hangman Adam Page either. I kind of think he's just more like a Sami Zayn kind of guy, where really that underdog kind of guy and stuff like that. But I don't know. That's just me. maybe you could do that. You could have like them about to take out Hangman Adam Page, and then MJF protects him and stuff like that, and they don't allow it to happen because even though these two dudes that have like a long feud with each other, they do actually have some they are actually pretty cool with each other. They could even maybe don't do like a whole blood and guts match, and then you have MJF have to prove himself because that just gets way too WWE at that point. You are just basically you were literally copy pasting it. But I think you could do something like that. Now, there's another faction that we got to talk about because it's all Miss Mercedes Moné. She might be getting a faction, and it's interesting because I didn't even see this until yesterday. Until after I posted last episode, because I said last episode that I would love to see Mercedes Moné get the Ring of Honor Championship, take over the Minions in training, call it the CEOs in training. I think that could still happen, but if Billy Starkz, becomes basically useless, she could bring along the Renegade Twins, because I forgot to talk about that in the last episode, or maybe I did talk about it. I'm not sure exactly. I might have said it in a video instead, though, but wasn't it very odd that Robin Renegade tried helping out Mercedes Moné when she was about to get hit with Athena's finisher? I forgot the name of the finisher. It was pretty odd, So I'm assuming that there might be something there. Also, there was a post with the Renegades. I mean, with Robin Renegade and her twin. I forgot her actual name. But it said like the Renegade Twins, and then it had Perfect for My Stardom faction. I would love to see them bring this to AEW, and maybe even have Billy Starkz be a part of that group, and then maybe at the same time, like Billy Starkz finally goes over Mercedes Moné, is the same time that MJF breaks away from the Hurt Syndicate. I would love to see that. You're going to have a really big storyline running down there in ROH. I think Mercedes Moné would have no issue. She would have no issue being down there if it does mean that she's getting a super big storyline. You could even bring it to AEW from time to time as well, obviously, because she is the TBS champion. And you could have like the Renegade Twins helping her out. You could have Billy Starkz helping her out somewhat here and there, but she's really, kind of stuttering in a sense, or not stuttering, kind of hesitant to help her out. I would like to see that happen. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but I think that they are. I'm like 90% positive that they're gonna be doing this. I think it'd be perfect because I said before and I say it again. I always wish that Mercedes Moné boss gimmick had some kind of thing with it that made it really feel like a boss. The CEO gimmick, it was looking really good with Camille, and then you kind of threw Camille aside. Don't know where the heck Camille's been at, to be honest. I would love to see them, if this is gonna be her last run in AEW, if she's never gonna get the World Championship, it's only gonna be like 5 belts Moné, and you really want 5 belts Moné to run for a good amount of time, I would love to see Mercedes Moné holding all 5 belts, have the Renegade Twins, have Billy Starkz for a while, and then eventually have Billy Starkz go over Mercedes Moné, and then that's kind of like her way to losing all the belts and going back to WWE. If she does decide to go back, unless she wants to stay in AEW, which I would love as well, because then she could potentially get that AEW Women's World Championship at the next All In, because I would love to see Mercedes Moné versus Athena next All In, not this All In. But speaking of All In, God, oh no, that transition was gonna be wild. Oh, I need a new topic. I can't. Oh gosh, Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose comments on that. Oh my goodness, man. So, oh my gosh, man, that was a crazy transition. But Mandy Rose comments on the fact that she feels like WWE is kind of erasing her. All right, man, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Mandy Rose for feeling this way, and I'm not technically mad at WWE for erasing her either, because I do understand in a sense why WWE has not been so vocal about Mandy Rose. Because let's be real, I went back and watched that Toxic Attraction run. It's actually not that bad. I thought it was a lot worse, but I went back and I'm like, yo, Mandy's actually pretty decent on the mic. I was wrong about Mandy Rose. Like I thought Mandy Rose was like garbage on the mic, and I don't think that she is. I think she's pretty dang good. I think she's probably about a 3 out of 5 on the mic. That's about average. There were times though where she looked like about a 3.5 to bordering a 4. There was one promo where she did look like a 4 on the mic. I forgot who the heck it was against. It might have been against Roxanne, but I could be wrong on that. I could be misremembering that horribly, but that Toxic Attraction run with Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, it was just really dang good. I was going to say Gigi Dolan because of, is it New Legacy Gaming on YouTube? I really, really like them. They are funny as hell with their My GM stuff, but yeah, no, I think the run was actually a lot better than, folks had set it out to be. I also do hate the fact that she got released in December 22nd and then didn't even get to be in WWE 2K23, even though they've done that plenty of times where they release people around that time and still have them in the game. Clearly, they just didn't want her in the game, though, because, the whole fan account and all that stuff, which I'm going to say this. Baby, if you're hearing this, please don't take it any other kind of way. I did my research on these dang photos of Mandy Rose, okay? Maybe I didn't see all the photos. So maybe there's some crazy photo out there that I just did not see. I didn't pay for the thing, by the way. I just went and found, the stuff, okay? Mandy Rose was not taking any wild pictures. She had the belts covering up areas. We've seen Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch do that. We've seen plenty of women wrestlers do that. I don't know why it's such a big deal. So yeah, no, that's really weird to me. And I didn't like the fact that they released her, but they didn't release Xavier Woods, even though he was in videos that got released by Brad Maddox of Paige, and there was a lot of things being done to that women's world title that was just ugh. I don't like that, but Mandy gets released for explicit photos where she's not even doing much. Again, I didn't see all the photos. I saw 2 or 3 photos. There might have been a lot more that I just didn't see. If that's the case, then okay, that makes a lot more sense. There's some crazy freaky deaky photos, but it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I do think that WWE probably should bring her back, though. I mean, if she wants to come back, because I'm going to go through this right now. I'm telling you right now, I did not do any of this beforehand, okay? This is just right off the dome, thinking about it. Is Mandy Rose better than these women? Y'all can go ahead and comment all these down below as well. I'm just going to run through them. I'm using SmackDown Hotel's woman roster for the WWE roster. I'm not counting NXT or any LFG or any Evolve or anything like that. Just Raw and SmackDown. Did I say not NXT? Yeah, I'm not counting NXT. I'm just running through the Raw and SmackDown women and seeing where she would land. Alba Fire, I don't think she's better than, but I think she would get a bigger push than Mandy. I mean, I think Mandy Rose will get a bigger push than her. So I'm gonna say Alba Fire is better than Mandy Rose, but I don't think that she would get the push that Mandy Rose would get. So I'm gonna say Alba Fire is over her. Alexa Bliss is definitely over Mandy Rose. Asuka's over Mandy Rose. I would say B-Fab is not over Mandy Rose. Not yet anyway. She's shown me something, but she got to show me a lot more. Bayley's over Mandy Rose. Bianca's over Mandy Rose. Not Candice LeRae. I have Charlotte Flair over Mandy Rose, so we're at 6. Chelsea Green's over Mandy Rose, 7. And not Dakota Kai. Sorry, I really do like Dakota Kai, though. Now, you know what? I'm going to run back that Chelsea Green one. I don't think Chelsea Green's better than Mandy Rose. I do not think she's better. I think Mandy Rose is actually a much better wrestler than people actually give her credit for. I think she's about a 3 out of 5. I think she's like a 3.5 in the ring. I really like her V-trigger. It's a really dang good move. I think her mic work is pretty dang good. I think her character work is a lot better than folks made it out to be. Chelsea Green's ring work is horrible in WWE. Great in TNA, great in Lucha Underground. Absolutely atrocious in WWE. So I'm going to put Mandy Rose over Chelsea Green. So we're at 6 right now. Not Dakota Kai either. And I'm going to say Ivy Nile is not better than Mandy Rose. Io Sky is over Mandy Rose. We're at 7. Jade Cargill is not over Mandy Rose. She got to show me a lot more than what she's shown me. I'm not saying Kairi Sane's over Mandy Rose either. She's never shown me a great character on the main roster, at least. NXT, yes, but that character was not better than Mandy Rose is. So we're still at 7. Katana Chance, no. Kaden Carter, no. Kiana James, I ain't even seen her yet in WWE, so we really don't know. My hands are actually getting really tired. Liv Morgan is better than Mandy Rose, although Liv Morgan and Mandy Rose are basically doing the exact same gimmick, but I think Liv Morgan is just a tad bit better than Mandy Rose on the mic. Lyra Valkyria, I'm going to say for last. Maxine Dupree, I do not think is better than Mandy Rose. I don't think Meechin's better than Mandy Rose. Naomi's better than Mandy Rose. Natalia's not better than Mandy Rose. Nia Jax is better than Mandy Rose. So we are at 10. I'm going to say Piper Niven for last as well. Nikki Cross is not better than Mandy Rose. Raquel Rodriguez is not better than Mandy Rose. Rhea Ripley's better than Mandy Rose. Roxanne Perez is better than Mandy Rose. Scarlett's not better. Shayna Baszler, if she got an actual push, maybe, but I'm not saying Shayna Baszler right now. This main roster run has looked like an absolute just shit show. Shotzi's on the NXT. We are currently at 11. We have Tiffany Stratton. I'm going to say for last 2. And then the next one be Zelina Vega. I'm going to go Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks not better. Zelina Vega. Well, it's good we're staying here then. Zelina Vega or Mandy Rose? I think Zelina Vega's a better mic worker, but character-wise, no. No, I think Zelina Vega's character work is like a 1 out of 5 for me. I'm sorry. So, this is how I'm going to go. Mic work, I give to Zelina 4 out of 5 to 3 out of 5. Character work, I give to Mandy Rose. Charisma, I'm giving to Mandy as well. I'm giving that to Mandy as well. I think I think Zelina's charisma it's there, but I don't think it's better. And then I would give the ring work probably. That code red is awful, man. All right, who hits their finisher better? Well, it's not fair because Mandy Rose's finisher is like just, so much easier to hit than the code red because obviously the way you got to do it. I'm going to say a tie. So I would say Mandy Rose and Zelina are probably tied. The next one I had was, I'm going to go with Piper Niven's next. I'll leave Tiffany Stratton and Lyra for last. I think Piper Niven's is better on the mic. I think Piper Niven is a better. Piper Nivens and Mandy are about equal on the mic. I would say Piper Nivens is better in the character department for sure. She plays a damn good character. Charisma, I'm giving to Mandy. And I think the ring, probably about equal. Although I might give the slight edge to Mandy. So I think I'm going to give this to Mandy. So I'm going to say Mandy is above her. Zelina she's tied with her. Lyra Valkyria is an odd one because I think Lyra is better than Tiffany. I'm going to be real. So let me say this real quickly because we had like a pretty interesting discussion on live between Lyra and Tiffany. Tiffany's charisma is not better than Lyra's. Let me make that very clear because I shitted on Lyra Valkyria last time. Tiffany Stratton has aura, but she does not have charisma to save her bones. Okay, when she is in the ring, it looks pretty good, but so does Lyra Valkyria. Outside of the ring, though, Tiffany Stratton has no charisma at all. She's very monotone on the mic. She's very just much so boring. I'm going to say Lyra and Tiffany have better ring work than Mandy. Mic work that's not better than Mandy. I would say charisma, they're probably all even with Mandy. And then character work, I'm giving to Mandy. So I think Mandy right now on the Raw SmackDown roster, like both of them included, I think she could be within the top 13, 14, 15, somewhere around there because I think her and Zelina would be tied. I have Zelina over both Lyra and Tiffany. So like in the top 14, 15, if you want to include Mariah May potentially signing, then I would say that she probably drops down to she probably drops down to 15. But I think I'm putting Mandy Rose somewhere up there, especially if you give her Gigi Dolan and you give her JC Jane again, you allow her to have Toxic Attraction, which I think she just does way better than Fallon Henley. Yeah, no, I'm saying right now that I think Mandy Rose could actually be a player on WWE's roster right now. I think she could do some things in that mid-card scene. Matter of fact, how old is Mandy Rose? She can't be that old, right? Because what's her name? Sonya Deville's not that. Oh, she's 34. How old is Sonya Deville? Okay, well, I think she probably wouldn't be winning any titles anytime soon. 31. Did not think Sonya Deville was actually younger. Shout out to Sonya Deville. I don't know why I said shout out to Sonya Deville for. But yeah, no, I think Mandy Rose could be a player within WWE right now. I don't think she's going to do much. Maybe she's not getting the world titles. I can tell you that right now. Well, then again, if Tiffany Stratton get the damn world titles, if Mandy Rose goes over enough, she could get a world title. But I think for the most part, she probably would be over enough to get like the mid-card titles. I do think, though, that WWE probably won't get her, obviously, because the OF account. I would love to see AEW potentially get her, though, because I'm going to be fair. Let's see how much of the AEW roster she's over right now. Just the women's roster, obviously. Okay. Anna Jay, she's over. So I'm going to say that, yeah, she's over Anna Jay. She ain't over Athena. Billy Starks is a hard. I'm going to leave Billy Starks. She's over Deonna Purrazzo, over Diamante, over Britt Baker, over Emi Sakura. She's not over Mariah May. I won't say she's over Harley Cameron. I think Harley Cameron's character and mic work are just way too elite compared to and her charisma. Even if you don't want to say her mic work, if you don't want to say her character work, her mic and charisma are just way too over. She's not over Hikaru Shida. She's not over Jamie Hayter. I'm going to leave Julia Hart for last. She's over Camille. She's over Kiera Hogan. She's not over Chris Statlander. She's over Marina Shafir. I'm going to say she's over Megan Bayne as well for right now, at least. She's not over Mercedes Moné. She's over Nyla Rose. She's over Penelope Ford. She's over Queen Aminata. She's over Red Velvet. Rio's not even around, so I can't even say her. Ruby Soho, same thing. She's over Serena Deeb. She's over Sky Blue. She's over Tay Mello. She's over Taya Valkyria. Thunder Rosa's weird. She's not over Timeless Toni Storm, though. She's not over Willow Nightingale. She is over Yuka Sakazaki. I think Mandy Rose is probably top 15 in both women's divisions. I think whether it's AEW or WWE, because Thunder Rosa, I think, is a better wrestler, and I think her mic work is probably even with Mandy. Charisma probably goes to Thunder. I'm gonna give it to Thunder. And I think character work, I would give that to Mandy. So I think they're probably about even. You have, again, Rio's a hard one to say because I think Rio is an amazing in-ring worker. My God, she's one of the best. But she's not around. Who else did I say that we're going to have? Megan Bayne, I think she's, like I said, I think she's over. Julia Hart is an amazing character worker. I got to hear her more on the mic first, though. I have not heard Julia Hart on the mic in a long time. And her ring work is probably a tad bit better than Mandy's, if not just around the same ballpark. Charisma-wise, I'm going to give it to Julia Hart as well. So I think I'm going to put Julia Hart over Mandy Rose. And then I said, you know what, let me run back to Britt Baker real quick because I think I'm being a little too mean now. Britt Baker is probably over Mandy Rose. I think she is. Yes, no, let me not cap, okay? The ring work, it may have slowed down, but she's still better than Mandy Rose. Mic work, I'm giving it to Mandy. Actually, wait, hold on. Mic work, I'm giving to Mandy. Charisma, no, never mind. I spoke too soon. I'm trying to big somebody up. No, Mandy's over Britt Baker. Billy Starks is an odd one because I think Billy is phenomenal in the ring. Like, her ring work clears the hell out of Mandy's ring work. It's not even. Like, if Mandy is a 3 out of 5 or a 3.5 out of 5, Billy is a 5 out of 5. Or no, Billy's a 4 out of 5, but that 4 out of 5 is like a gap. It's like a gap because I don't want to say she's a 5 out of 5 just yet. I think she still needs a lot more time, but that ring work is a gap compared to Mandy Rose. Now, mic work wise, that's where things get a little interesting because Billy Starks can do the mic pretty well. I would say Mandy's a bit better, but it's not even like a gap though. It's like this much, you know, it's like barely even better. Like I got one finger above the other for those of y'all that are listening on, like they're just listening to this. Charisma, I'm giving that to Billy. Character work, I'll give to Mandy. So I think Mandy Rose in AEW is probably like top 13. In WWE, she's probably top 15 right now. So I think Mandy Rose could legitimately get on the roster. Ring of Honor, TNA, she's top 5. I would love to see AEW say, you know what? We don't care that you have an OF. We're signing you. We are picking you up. You can do something in our division. You know what I would really love to see too? Mandy Rose get Isla Dawn and like Blair Davenport and run back Toxic Attraction as like Toxic Seduction. You just gotta switch the name up a little bit. Hey, use a bigger word that looks better on your essays. Ooh, look at AEW. Although they didn't do that with the ops because they could have done that with like the opposition. Ooh, the opposition. But no, I think Mandy Rose should be someone that's probably signed. But to be fair, though, she's like 34 years old. So it's like, you know, yeah, she has the potential. But it's also like you're a bit older. You're a bit like in like the middle age. You know, we have a lot of younger women who are probably a lot more promising than you are right now. You maybe got like about, especially with like Mandy Rose. Well, Mandy Rose probably has like 3-4 years left as like a wrestler if we're going to be realistic. But I think she could play someone's manager. I honestly would not mind seeing Mandy Rose be Megan Bayne's manager. That'd be a really weird Toxic Seduction because damn, Megan Bayne tall as hell. But that's a big, meaty woman right there. And there are folks that love they big, meaty women. Oh, you can get Megan Bayne and Chris Statlander. Toxic, big, meaty women. Besides Mandy Rose. Unless Mandy Rose gets like 6 feet tall. Then, you know, you can do that. But no, I think Mandy Rose should definitely be somebody that if she's not going to be signed by WWE, she should still be remembered, okay? Because she was technically speaking a double champion, like Braun Breaker technically was a double champion, but they're both not really counted, though, so I guess that's probably the reason why they don't count it. I would like to see them though, like on their WWE Championship page, have Mandy Rose there with both of the belts. I would like to see it. I think the reason why they don't is because they're still technically marketed towards children, even though they're not really marketed towards children. So, like, they don't want people saying, like, oh, who's this Mandy Rose? But then again, you have her name right there, so someone's going to look her up. Like, it's not like as if they're not going to look her up and then find out who the heck she is. I would just throw her up there on the graphic. I'd also throw Asuka up there on the... Asuka is there. I would throw Shayna Baszler if Shayna Baszler is not there, and I would throw Mandy Rose if she's not there. I don't see her there. Maybe she is there on, like, the computer version. I didn't see her there, though, last time we did this. So, yeah, I think AEW's got to give a little bit of... WWE's got to give a little bit more love to Mandy Rose. Fire and Desire was a really cool team. And like I said, I really did like Toxic Attraction going back and watching it. But that's going to be it for me, though. Y'all, I definitely hope y'all did enjoy this episode. Real quickly, though, before I do hop off, I got to show y'all something, man. So I went thrift shopping, right? I hope I can get this close enough as possible. But as y'all can see in the background... For those of y'all that are not on YouTube, you might want to come over to YouTube real quick. I have Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns doing the little shield pose. Got them from a thrift store along with the Rated R Superstar Edge. And that was only $20 or $25 total because it was like a buy one, get one free. So, yeah, it was pretty dang cool little find. Definitely gonna be going thrift shopping more. I was hoping to find like a belt or something like that, but I didn't find anything like that. I was hoping to find some AEW guys as well. Didn't find anybody, sadly. I was hoping to find some other legends, but I couldn't find anybody. But yeah, no, I got a few guys over there kind of like, WWEing up the background and stuff like that. I want to add a few more things. I mean, not WWE, wrestling up the background. Then again, it sounds like I'm wrestling in my background, but wrestling up the background a little bit because we do talk wrestling a lot over here, mainly over here. So yeah, I thought this was pretty dang cool, man. I like that, and I had to put them in the Shield pose, even though that is Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Obviously, he ain't gonna be with the Shield right now. Him and Seth Rollins got some beef. I think that's Kingslayer Seth Rollins. I could be mistaken though, but for those of y'all on YouTube, y'all can let me know. Y'all can look at the pants. I'm pretty sure this was Kingslayer Seth Rollins, right? I think it was when he wore the gray pants. I don't think that was Authority Seth Rollins. And especially because he is also hitting like the fist pose, I would assume that that's Kingslayer Seth Rollins, or at least around that point in time period. And then Dean Ambrose is also hitting it as well, the lunatic fringe. So I'm going to assume that was. But yeah, y'all go ahead and have a great one, though, man. I just want to show that off to y'all real quickly. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, liking, following, rating, wherever you're listening to it at, though, make sure you do share it to anybody that does like wrestling, just to help the channel out a lot more, help the pages out a lot more. Y'all support definitely goes a long way. But for now, y'all, that's it. I'm out. Peace. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.